Okay, this is the third piece of this rabbit mask tutorial. And in case you haven't figured it out, what I'm after here is an effect that this traveling mask is supposed to look like a window cutting through the flames, right? So it's as if we were looking at this fire, and the moving mask is kind of like an X-ray. If I click off so you don't see the selection indicator on the edge of the mask, and there's not like a wireframe, it looks kind of like this mask is sort of like a window cutting through the frames and revealing the bones behind it, right? Like that. To enhance this effect, I want to add a stroke around the mask. One of the way that you do that is click on the word mask to select it. So the layer flames is selected and the mask is selected, and go up to effect. There's a list of effects here that we're going to explore as we go through the semester. You can explore them now if you want. Well, not now, but anytime. There's all these cool effects. But I'm going to go effect, generate stroke. That is where you put a stroke on a mask. Effect, generate stroke. When I hit that, it's going to add up here in your project pane sort of a tab. Here's your project. Here's your effects controls. It tabs it here in After Effects. So it doesn't quite look like a tab, but there's project, there's effect controls. And these effect controls let you keyframe any of these things with regard to this stroke. All these controls for this effect are also located here. See this where it says effects under this layer flames? Flames, effects, these effects, if I open this, has stroke. And if I open up stroke, stroke has color, brush size, brush hardness, opacity. See this? It's the same stuff. All these things and all these things, this is the same thing. It's just you're looking at it in two different places. So if I change the brush size here, if I move this number, you'll notice it changes up here. Watch. If I take the brush size and make it fatter, you see it gets fatter up here. So this and this are the same thing. You're just looking at it in two different places. Okay? And so I have a white stroke on it from the get-go. It's a rectangular mask with a stroke around it. It goes like this and goes like that. Now you can keyframe any of these things. So if I open up effects, and at 0 seconds I say, all right, you know what? I'm going to turn on color and I'm going to turn on brush size. So at 0 it's white and it's fat stroke. And then when I go down to the bottom, at the bottom maybe I'll say, you know what? Change it from white to, let's change the color to green. Excuse me. So it goes, starts at white and it'll tween its way to green at the bottom. Okay? And maybe I also want to make it go from fat 5.9 to here. At this time I might say, you know what, make it even fatter. So what it's going to do is it's going to go from skinny whiter to fatter greener. And then when it comes up to the circle, maybe here at the circle I want to change the color to orange. You can do whatever you want. Don't email me and say, oh, does it have to be exactly green and orange? No, I just want to show you that you can change this. So have fun with it. Do it any way you want. Here, I'll make it crazy fuchsia pink. So it's going to go from white to green to pink. And then here, when it's pink, I'm also going to make the brush size smaller, so it's like that. Okay? So if I scrub this, it's going to go white, green, pink, thinner. This is just to demonstrate that you can keyframe any of the things in here. Anything that has a clock, you can keyframe. Okay? Alright, so I've got flames on top, bones underneath, moving mask. The next thing I want to show you is this. Let's say I had a client who said, I want to have some animated typography and I want the word to come out from behind this disk. So it's going to do this animation, and then when it turns into a circle, once it locks on the circle, I want some words to come out from behind this disk. Right? So I'm going to make a text layer. Click on my text tool here, the horizontal type tool is big T. Click on that. Now it's ready to make text. Lots of times people that are familiar with Adobe want to click and drag and make a text box. Don't do that. I just hit escape. just click and it'll plant your cursor on the screen. Don't drag a box, just click. And type a word, F-I-R-E, fire. Now, this text layer right here, let me get my move tool, move it here. It's on top of everything, right? So fire's on top, so it's in front of the flames, it's in front of the mask. When I move it around, whoops, wrong, Command C. When I click the fire layer, if I drag the fire layer around, see it's in front of everything. The client wants it to come out from behind this circle. So that's alright. I'm going to take this fire layer, drag it down in the stack, put it behind flames. Well, now it is it's behind the flames layer, so it's only visible through the hole. This mask is a hole in the flames layer where I can see the bones. So that's not going to work at all. If I want it to come out from behind this edge, it's difficult. I can't really do it because this mask is a hole, right? You can't hide something from behind a hole. So what I'm going to do is this. Here in my project pane, I've got Mask Demo 1. Select this comp, that's this tab right here. Everything we just did is in this comp called Mask Demo 1. So I'm going to make a copy of it and change it. Okay, so I'm going to select Mask Demo 1, go Command C copy, Command V paste. And After Effects just intuitively knows that when you make a copy of something that's numbered, it changes the number. So I've got Mask Demo 1 and Mask Demo 2. Right now, they're exactly the same. 2 is a copy of 1, okay? And Mask Demo 1 is tabbed here. If I double click 2 and open it, now I've got this tab is the first one I just did. This one is the new copy. They are identical at this time. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make them not identical. I'm going to take Mask Demo 2 and I'm going to, on the flames layer, open it up, and I'm going to look at mask 1 right here, and I'm going to delete that mask. I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to do this differently. Select mask 1, delete it. And what I've got now is I've got flames on top, fire underneath. Right? And this is the type layer that says bones. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. I'm going to put the fire. Oh wait, why is it? No, sorry, that's the type. Move that fire down there. Flames is on top, bones is underneath. Watch, look. Bones is underneath. Flames is on top, bones, and then the word fire. Sorry. So this is kind of like Mask Demo 1. Flames are on top. Flames are on top, bones are underneath. Mask Demo 2, I'm going to switch it. I'm going to put bones on top. Okay? And the reason is, I want to show you, I'm going to do this a different way. It's going to look the same, but it's going to give us a different way to layer things, okay? So with the bones on top, on the bones layer now, I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to grab my shape drawing tool, rectangle tool. I'm going to make a mask on the bones layer. Make sure that bones is selected. If bones isn't selected, when I make a mask, it won't make a mask, it'll make a shape. Remember that? So with bones layer selected and my rectangle shape drawing tool, I'm going to click and drag a rectangle. Now it looks almost the same, doesn't it? Like it looks like there's a rectangle hole cut in the flames revealing the bones. But really, this is a floating rectangle on top. This gray rectangle of the bones drawing is on top of the fire. It just looks the same, right? And it's mask 1 right here. Okay. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. At 0, I'm going to turn on mask path. I'm going to go to my selection tool. Carefully grab the mask by the edge. Remember, if you grab it by the middle, it won't work. Got to grab it by the wire. So click on the wire. Oh wait, not yet. At 0, it's at the top. So I'm going to move forward in time to like 2.5. At 2.5, grab it by the edge and slide it down to the bottom. And what it does is it moves. It goes top to bottom because this keyframe says I'm a rectangle at the top. This keyframe says I'm a rectangle at the bottom. And then at 5 seconds, grab the edge, drag it up to the eye, like that. So this looks very much the same. Up, down, up. It looks the same. It kind of looks like we are cutting through the fire to see the bones, but this bones rectangle is in front of the fire. So it looks the same, but it's flipped. So do you understand that? Okay. And then I'm going to do the circle trick. So a little bit ahead of time, on the bones layer, get my shape drawing tool, change it to a circle. Come over here off to the side, pull a circle, click and drag a circle. This circle right here is mask 2. The only reason I made mask 2 was to steal a keyframe. So for mask path, I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to hit the clock, make one keyframe. That keyframe right there, this little blue diamond says I'm a circle. I want to copy that digital information that says I am a circle keyframe, put it up here on mask 1. It's already selected. So since it's selected, I can copy it. If I go Command C, I copy it. If I go to mask 1, mask path, paste it there, Command V, it pastes a copy of that keyframe right there. I can now get rid of mask 2 because it served its purpose. I just wanted it to donate one keyframe. So I click on mask 2, delete it. Now what I've got is this. It goes rectangle up, rectangle down, rectangle up to the eye, and then over there. This is the correct shape, but it's in a weird place. So I want to sit on that keyframe so I can move it. So I'm going to click on this arrow, jump, and sit on that arrow. And since I'm sitting on that keyframe, if I move it, it'll just change the digital value of that keyframe. So I'm going to click on the edge of this, and it's going to distort, remember? Don't like that. So I'm going to Command Z. Every time I do it, it's going to bend. Don't want that. So I'm going to click off in the gray to unselect everything. Unselect everything. Click on the word mask. Grab by the edge. Move it here. Now it's going to look the way I want. It's going to go up, down, up, circle. Look at how this looks identical to this. It goes up, down, up, circle. In this case, the first one we did, flames are in front. This is a hole cut in the flames. In this one, looks exactly the same, but what this is like a floating cookie in front. The fire is in the background. This shape is in the front. It's just a matter of, is the mask cutting a hole or is it cutting away the background? Right? So this goes up, down, up, circle. Let's add the stroke. So I'm going to click on this layer that the mask is on, go to Effect, Generate. They're alphabetized, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, generate. Stroke, like that. I'm going to punch up the stroke to make it fat. Okay. I'm not going to bother to do the color, I did it already. You get the picture? So it goes up, down, up, circle. Now, what I want to show you the difference here is this layer that is type. If I take this type and bring it up to the top, look. I can't drag it up to the top. There. So here's the word fire. Now it's on top, it's in front of everything, see? If I put fire, if I put this type layer behind the bones layer, what it does is it illustrates the fact that this circle looks like it's a hole cut in the flames, but it's not. It's a floating cookie in front. Okay? So if I take this fire and slide it behind, it hides behind the disc. It's like a floating disc, right? And I can animate this. Fire, if I hit P for position, turn it on, and move this keyframe back here. And I can go like this. Make a keyframe, move it here, go like this. The point of this is I can tuck this word fire behind this disc. That's not what I want to do though. I want to show you one more trick. And I'll do that in the next tutorial, and I think that'll cover it and get you set up for the quiz.